What does classical traditional theism reinforce about the significance of existence, life? Classical traditional theism expands upon the magnitude of existence. Now life goes beyond the universe and into eternity. Atheism forces one to view the significance of life in terms of time and in terms of our physical universe. This places a limit on the significance of life. Classical traditional theism expands our significance into the eternity, but shuts the door on a portion of eternity, for we exist not within God, the causative force, but outside of him, her, it. This outside existence limits us. Therefore, classical traditional theism limits the God-world relationship. For under this viewpoint, we are not capable of being a significant contributor to the ultimate being we envision. This expansion of our significance beyond our universe and into eternity has done wonderful things in terms of the value we place on human life. Our historical growth regarding the rights of the individual and the importance of our environment is jumped by leaps and bounds. This, however, should not lead us to complacency. If expanding upon the size of the causative force, or what religions call God, caused an explosive development in the value we have of life, then perhaps we can generate another even equal magnitude, perhaps by expanding the size, conceptually, of the causative force. We can put into place the ideas necessary to initiate another quantum leap toward improving life. Of course, increasing the size of the causative force to full omnipresence would in fact cause the minimizing of its opposite, which in Christian theology would be Satan's influence in the world, would in fact eventually become null, void, gone. There would be no room in full omnipresence for a satanic consciousness to survive. No one can see God and live. This time, the leap we take regarding the value of life would apply to not only souls on earth, but souls throughout space, for they also would be understood to exist within the causative force. In fact, the value we would then be forced to place on life, the soul, would reach even beyond the boundaries of our universe, and into the concept of other universes, whether or not they actually exist. We would in actuality be building a Bill of Rights for all life. A high ideal indeed, but an ideal that now becomes possible by expanding the classical traditional theism conceptual size of the causative force to be truly omnipresent. No separation whatsoever. This means there is no place for us to be but within the arms of the causative force. This idea might initiate another leap forward regarding our understanding of our significance, our responsibility for living. Elevating our understanding regarding our responsibilities for living would in turn elevate our behavior and minimize negative behavior towards others. This brings to mind the parable of the vine and the branches, and how it could perhaps be expanded upon through the panentheistic lens. In a sense, it would be the pruning away of the dead branches, which in this case would be the previous sizes of the causative force. So the key here is to abide in the true vine. So from the panentheistic outlook, we read in John 15, Jesus speaking, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. That is indeed a panentheistic outlook. All in God, except for that which truly isn't. So in an eschatological panentheism, we can see that the branches that do not abide in the vine are indeed cast away and burned in the fire. Another metaphor for hell. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. And this can be expanded upon to be a universal rather than a particular abiding in the historical Jesus Christ. It could be the universal Christ, cosmic Christ. I am the vine, ye are the branches, he that abideth in me. There's that N in the panentheism means in. So this makes sense, applied. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit, for without me ye can do nothing. If a man abideth not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them up, and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.